god, oh my god, oh my god. Every credit is calling me, Aliyah. What should we do? Oh my god, oh my god.
What's happening right now?
I think, Aliyah, you should find any lawyers that you know and book a date with them, if possible by tomorrow.
Fine. Oh, ask my
We
secretary
need to
to
settle
find
this
it.
issue as soon as possible.
Alright, fine. What is it? Why are you so rushing?
Oh my god, we need to save our company, Aliyah.
I'm trying my best.
We need to save our company. But tomorrow I am busy. I have a business trip, so you must handle it yourself, okay? But
So
I
you
may do a
pass
video
everything
call.
to me?
Yes. Settle it, okay? Okay,
I have a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Miss Munirah, remind me again of who are we going to consult today?
It's Miss ALIYA and Miss Nisha, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yes. This is your company's profile for you to look at.
Thank you. Oh, I remember them. So, when will they be arriving?
Miss Nadia, our secretary told me that they will arrive in maybe 10 minutes more.
10 minutes, alright. I think we shall wait for them. Oh, hello, Miss Alia. Good morning. How are you? Have a seat.
Oh, well, good morning, Miss AZREEN. Please wait for a while.
So, how's the traffic this morning?
Well, to answer your question, yes, I am fine. The traffic is fine. Everything is fine. Except for the company matters. It is not fine at all.
Oh, and it seems to me like you came here unaccompanied today.
Yeah, I am alone today since the director could not make it to the meeting today. She is out of the city, but she did inform me that she will be attending the consultation online. So, I hope that is okay with you.
Yes, sure. We can make a video call with her so that we can talk over the phone. Oh, and before I forgot, Miss Alia, this is Miss Munirah, my partner for today.
Hello, Miss ALIYA. Nice to see you. Had you had your breakfast yet?
Oh, hi Miss Munirah. Nice seeing you too. I did have a plate of nasi lemak earlier, but I don't really have the appetite to enjoy it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Rest assured that we will do whatever we can to share the burden with you.
I think we should call for Miss Nisha.
Yes.
Hello, Miss Nisha. How are you? I hope everything is comfortable with you there. So, Miss Alia told me that you will be joining us from afar. You okay with that?
Oh, hello. Yes, no problem. But can you hear me clearly?
Crystal clear.
I'm so sorry. I can't make it to your office today. I had to attend an urgent matter outside the city. As you can see, I am in the airport now.
Worry not, Miss Nisha. We can still make it work. Oh, and this is Miss Munirah, my partner for today. She will also be assisting us in this matter.
Hello, Miss Nisha. Nice to know you. Rest assured that I will give my best to assist you and also Miss ALIYA in this case.
Oh, hello, Miss Munirah. I am Nisha. Nice to know you.
Alright, so before we begin, have you ever consulted a legal firm before, Miss Alia?
No, this is quite new to me.
Alright, traditionally, we will explain a little bit of how the session runs, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. First and the most important thing is confidentiality. Are you familiar with that term, first of all?
Yeah, I am familiar with that term, but I don't quite understand how the term applies now.
Alright, essentially what it means is that anything you are telling us today will remain in these four walls. The reason why we tell you right at the beginning is that we want to encourage you in giving us information. However, there are a few cases that it matters by law where we would have to tell someone. But when we see those cases coming up, we will let you know. And the main reason is basically that to show that you are actually in control of all of this process. So for us up to this matter, do you have any question about that?
Yes, understood.
So, Miss Alia, Miss Nisha, do you have any time restrictions yourself? Because for your information, the consultation will take place for about 30 minutes. And we hope that you are very comfortable, as this consultation will be very casual. So this is very important because we would love to keep our clients comfortable to share more of their problems. So the more you share, the more we understand, and the better it is for us to help you. So I would like to tell you that there are two of us here, because when one of us is unavailable, you could always reach one of us. Also, we hope that you won't mind us taking some notes during the consultation. This is so that we can get all the needed information and help you the best as we can.
Certainly glad to have you both to assist us.
Alright, Miss Alia, so we will start with you if you're okay with that. So whenever you're ready.
Well, first, I am proud to say that my company, All Stars in Berhad, is an investment company that is rising at a good pace. Basically, what we do is we provide investment opportunities to the public. Unfortunately, earlier this year, a severe market crash struck the financial industry, and our company also fell victim to it. It truly, badly, tremendously affects us. We suffered greatly in all of our investment done on behalf of our clients, and overall it caused a substantial decline in All Star's financial health. It is so bad to the point that we can no longer fulfill our financial obligation to our clients.
Yeah, that's what happened. What's even worse is that we are heavily burdened with debts right now, since all of our creditors who had provided funds, loans, and goods to the company now demanded immediate repayment of their outstanding debts. You have no idea how many times they call us. It gives me headache. I even have to go back and forth to the hospital for my mental health appointment.
We have reached out to the creditors to explain the company's predicament and requested some leniency while we try to plan the solutions. Some creditors were understanding and open to negotiations, but some are not. Well, it cannot be helped, and they are struggling too. But we love this company, and if we don't do anything, sooner or later, we will face legal actions and threats of further consequences if we fail to repay debts.
Yes, that is why we are here to ask for your help, so that we can avoid the company having to go through compulsory winding up. We have to go through so much to be where we are now. I'm not going to lose this company now.
I'm so sorry to hear all of this. It must have been very hard for both of you. I can't even imagine the pain.
Wait, I will get some tissue for you. It's okay, Miss Helen, you can cry.
Are you okay, Miss Alia? Should we take a 5 minutes break?
It is okay. That's okay. I'm fine.
Alright, Miss Alia. We understand your problem, and indeed, it is a very big one. Don't you agree, Miss Munirah?
Yes, I do agree with you, Miss Azreen. It must have been hard for both of you to bear all of this.
Whenever you're ready to proceed, Miss Alia, Miss Nisha, take your time.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so the first thing that you have told us was you're in huge debts right now, since you are having a financial crisis. So may I know if your company's liabilities has exceeded its assets?
Yes, it has.
I see. So looking at the situation that you are both in, so the first thing that came in my mind is to opt for corporate rescue among other choices, of course. So, what do you think of corporate rescue, Ms. Munirah?
Yes, I agree with Ms. Azreen. Corporate rescue is actually a good choice to to save a company.
I'm so sorry, I don't quite understand how it works. Can you explain further?
Okay, Ms. Nisha. So basically, we are going to suggest 3 options that are available for you and your company, and we will discuss the best way to put your company back to its stance. Well, the first option that we would like to suggest is judicial management. Basically, judicial management is a method used to prevent any financially troubled companies from going down. There are cases in Malaysian court pertaining to this, and we may use those principles laid down here to our current situation. So in this one case, if I'm not mistaken, it's a Blacksis case. It's a 2022 case. Basically, the case talk about how the court will supervise the process, and then a moratorium will be granted to protect the company from any legal action during the judicial management period. When the application of the judicial management is granted, and then the company will then be able to restructure its debt and also pursue its corporate rescue efforts.
So, if we are to follow the procedures and also the precedents in this case, Ms. ALIYA, Ms. Nisha, so there are a few requirements that we need you and the CEO to do first before we do our part. So, would that be a problem for both of you, Ms. ALIYA, Ms. Nisha?
No, there is no problem on my part. Whatever that you ask me to do, I will do it as long as my company is safe.
Alright, good. So, basically, in the case that Ms. Munirah mentioned just now, so the court will appoint a judicial manager, and he will prepare a statement of a proposal which aims to achieve some of the objectives outlined under the Companies Act, which govern the companies.
So you were saying that the court will come into the picture and appoint someone aside from my company to be the judicial manager who will manage my company during the process?
Yes, Ms. ALIYA, that's correct. So, moving on, so this judicial manager must present the proposal he had made at the creditors meeting, and he is obligated to send a copy to the statement to all members of the company, and also to publish a notice in a widely circulated newspaper, Ms. ALIYA. So the final decision of the proposal will still go back to the creditors to decide, and it must be approved by at least 75% of the creditors who are claiming their rights to the judicial manager.
Wait. The idea of someone coming into my company and assisting my company from outside kinda not sit right with me.
Yes, I understand your concern, Mr. Shah, but before a judicial manager can enter into a company, there are actually few factors that will be taken into the court's consideration. Your company is right now, in my understanding, is unable to pay its debt, whether it's in the soonest time or in any time in the future, right? But your company have a chance of rehabilitating or preserving the business. So am I correct to assume that your company is still able to pay salaries to all of your workers?
Yes, we are still able to pay the salary to our workers.
So yes, so that's this judicial management is actually the best option that we can offer to you and also to Miss ALIYA. You guys are unable to pay for the debt, but you guys still have a chance to rehabilitate the operation of the company, as the operation of the company is still ongoing and the workers still get their salary.
Alright, Ms. Munirah, I think I will agree with this judicial management option.
Alright, but we still have another option for you both if that option just now is not to your liking. So the option is by way of a corporate voluntary arrangement, or we call it as CVA. So this option, Ms. ALIYA, Ms. Nisha, will help you to rescue a company by undergoing the procedure to put up the proposal of the creditors. To put up the proposal to the creditors for the voluntary agreement. However, this method required your company's board to appoint a nominee to file and to submit documents required to the court.
So who can be the nominee?
So the nominee must be someone who is a certified insolvency practitioner, which can oversee the execution of the CVA proposal that will be put to the creditors' vote. So after the filing has been done, the moratorium will commence for 28 days. So this moratorium will protect the company against any legal actions or execution of legal processes against the business and its assets.
What if, let's say, I need extension for the moratorium? Will that be allowed?
Yes, Ms. Nisha, you may ask for extension of the period, or however, it must be not more than 60 days.
So, what do we need to do for the CVA?
Okay, so CVA actually have no court's approval, and it's only require like 75% of the total value of creditors and voting at the meeting to execute that VCA application. And since there is no court involvement, the cost is actually low, and it can be seen as the fastest mechanism to negotiate with the creditors for the settlements of debts.
But you must know that this method is, I think, it's not suitable for your company, as this process will involve the creditors of the company. So your company is not able to pay for their financial obligations, and the creditors have been asking for repayment, and the company is unable to pay in a short time, if I'm right. So since the consent of creditors is fundamental or important in the CVA method that we are talking about right now, using this method might be quite unsuccessful.
What do you mean unsuccessful?
It would be no issue in appointing the nominee to submit the application, but in regards to the consent of the creditors, that might be hard for us to obtain, in my opinion. Because in your situation, the creditors have been asking for repayment, and the company is unable to pay. So obtaining their consent would be our priority for now. And from our situation again right now, I think it's very hard, or like it's quite hard to obtain their consent.
Yes, if we are up to another suggestion that we would like to suggest to both of you, it is the scheme of arrangement, or SOA. However, SOA is different with the CVA, which SOA compromises the distressed company and also its creditor to modify the current rights and the responsibility. However, for SOA to commence, we need both of you to apply a separate restraining court order to restrain any legal proceeding to be taken against your company by any of the creditors. And also SOA had no moratorium, so that restraining order is very crucial in this matter.
Yes, I agree with Ms. Munirah. However, Ms. ALIYA, Ms. Nisha, this type of corporate rescue is quite long, since they have 3 stages that need to be fulfilled before the arrangement can be considered as successful.
So we would like to suggest between all 3 options we mentioned before, like judicial management, CVA, or SOA. Which one is you think fit the best for your company's situation right now?
Well, after listening to you, I can see that all 3 of it have its own cons and pros. But I'm not quite sure which one of it is the most suitable for us. But I don't really want to have any meetings with the creditor, as they can be a bit pushy about the money when they all know about our financial situations now. So if it is possible, I don't want to have any meetings with the creditors. I'm not being considerate with this. I cannot be considerate with this.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Miss ALIYA. Would you like a cup of water first to cool down? You seem a bit angry right now.
Yeah. Alright. No, it's okay. Proceed.
Alright, Ms. ALIYA, Ms. Nisha. Actually, for me, personally, judicial management seems to be a bit practical to our case, to rescue your company from financial crisis right now. And as you said, you are unable to negotiate with the creditors now. So judicial management is, I think, it seems to be the most suitable method that you can have.
I think the method proposed is suitable for us. I hope that you guys can provide more information on this method to me or to Miss Nisha or to our company for us to know what ways to take before our next general meeting in another three months. Yeah, in another 3 months.
Yes, for sure, Miss Alia. I will be contacting you oftenly. But before then, just to confirm, how do you prefer us to speak to you? Do you prefer us to email you or do you prefer us to call you?
Yes, please. And email is preferable.
Alright, noted on that. We shall contact you from the email you contacted us before. If that okay with you?
Yeah, the same email address.
Alright, Miss Alia, Miss Nisha, thank you so much for disclosing the needed information to us, and we believe this is enough for us to help you in this matter. So we will give you guys steps for you guys to take before we can further our action more. And you can also contact us anytime, anywhere, and we will respond anytime that we can. So before we end our session, Miss Alia, Miss Nisha, do you have any final question to ask, whether to me or Miss Munirah?
No, I don't have any other question. If I do have any, I will ask it during our next consultation.
Me too. I don't have any question to ask for now, but if I have any, I will ask you through email. Don't worry.
If that's so, I think we should end our sessions now. So thank you for being here, and I'm so sorry if I took your time too much. So till then, I hope we meet with each other again in our next meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Azreen and Ms. Munirah. I will end my video call right now and see you next week or our next session.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Miss Munirah, do you think that it's a good choice for us to recommend judicial management to all stars in your Mahat?
I think judicial management might be the reasonable one out of the three, because judicial management, as stated under Section 404 in the Companies Act, it allows the court to intervene, which it will appoint a judicial manager in their company, because as we can see, their creditors currently cannot cooperate with them. So I think the court intervention is a need lah.
Yeah, and as far as my knowledge is concerned in regards to judicial management, during the making of the application for the order, so the end of the notice or when the application is being dismissed, the court will impose certain restrictions to serve as a shield or to protect the company from certain actions and legal process, like resolutions to wind up the company or initiating legal action against the company unless the court authorizes doing so. So I think it will be beneficial to our client, like in the case of kumpulan Lizis and Dewi Ambahat. Are you familiar with that case?
I think I'm familiar with that case.
Great.
So yeah, I think we can opt for judicial management, because as you said before, it will act as a shield to protect them from the creditors, and to because we need to protect them, I think the court intervention is really what they need. Yes. So I believe that's all.
Yeah, sure. I think we can look forward to the next consultation session. Please get it arranged if you can.
Yes. I will email Miss Nadia. I will call Miss Nadia later, and I will ask them to make an appointment with Miss Nisha and Miss Alia.
Okay, sure. That's good. Looking forward to the next consultation session.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Munirah, for
Thank you.
having me.
Thank you too.
Mu capuk tisu ni ke sini buat apa?
Sabar. Action.
I'm so sorry to hear all of this. It must have been very hard for both of you. I can't even imagine the pain.
Are we
Cut.
Huh?
Pak yang Oh, Fin tu je ke?